Now, when it comes to, obviously you're a plus-size woman, you are the plus-size diva.
Why, thank you.
Now, how has that influenced you is it all plus-size type comedy, or is that your main influence?
Well, I have been on both sides of the size chart. I used to be a typical Mrs. size, and then about 10 years ago, as my weight gain started to happen, I noticed there was a dramatic lack of choices. I remember how fun it was to go into any store and pick off of any rack exactly the fashion that you saw in the magazine that month, and accessorize it, dress up, go out and be a girl. And then all of a sudden, when you get over to the plus size, they assume that, you know, your choices go from a dress the size of a pillowcase to a hot air balloon. I mean, there's really nothing fashion forward, flattering. All of a sudden you just want to go into a cave and kind of give up on yourself, because what is there to choose from? So that has influenced me, and I didn't want to give up the fun of being a woman. I didn't want to give up the femininity. I didn't want to give up the girly dress-up fun that I used to have. So I decided to bring that on stage with me and let the audience have fun with me and see that it can be fun to be a larger woman, and you can be just as beautiful and alluring as anyone else.
Now, when it comes to plus sizes, what is considered a plus size?
Well, for people that know sizes, I mean, this is the irony too. A size 12, a women's dress size 12 in the rest of the world is considered a very decent, normal, average, medium size. But in fashion magazines, they will use size 12 women as their plus size models. So there's another signal that Hollywood is sending. So I would say anybody over a size 12 is probably getting into that territory, and then you'll see those noticeable differences in your fashion choices.
Now, are you trying to influence plus size? How are you trying to influence plus size women with your comedy? Is it more of, how shall I explain? In your comedy of plus size women, how are you trying to influence them?
Well, first and foremost, I want to establish the fact that we are the majority. 2/3 of Americans are statistically overweight. So I want to first of all establish and validate the fact that we are the majority, we have opinions that matter, we have needs, and we have money to spend. So I first of all want to establish that. Second of all, I want to be an advocate. I want to be a voice, a spokesperson, as a persona, as someone that you would see on camera, on film, that will say, guess what, folks, you're missing out on 2/3 of what's going on out there in the economy. Time to clue in and time to give us the voice and the chance to participate fully in society. So to debunk the myth that thin is the only way to go and that to be powerful and beautiful at any size.
So you're trying to influence, let's say, corporate America, the manufacturers of products for women, to focus on their designers in the plus size arena because of the large opportunity that there is for those women to buy stuff?
Well, this is part of my long-term vision. It's to build Miss Rejoice, the character, as a lifestyle brand, and this brand will then spin off into a clothing line that will specialize in beautiful, glamorous clothes for larger women, as well as other hard-to-fit body types that are being underserviced. It'll spin off into hair products, jewelry, makeup, bags, purses, any kind of accessories for anyone that wants to be beautiful at any size. So this is part of the spin-off plan of using the image to develop a persona that can then spin off product lines that will serve the masses.
So are you trying, with your plus size comedy, trying to destigmatize plus size women into the norm?
Yes, very well said. I didn't really think of it that way, but yes, what I want to do is to, in a very unique and special way, I want to merge the comedy world with the rest of the entertainment industry, with the fashion industry, with the plus size community in new and innovative ways that have never been merged before, to bring us into the mainstream and give us the appropriate choices that we deserve. Yes.
Now, you talk about when you do a show that is the show that gives you more. What do you mean by giving you more?
Well, the first pun, of course, is the diva that gives you more. Okay, the full persona of more of myself. And then second of all, I bring you more value, which is clean comedy, which the country desperately needs. I bring you more glamour, and showmanship, which most comedians don't bring anymore. And last of all, more of a voice for the community, more of a voice for larger women in the community and plus size opportunities. So that is the show that gives you more.
Now, we obviously can see that you are an original, but what do you, in your presentation, how do you feel that your presentation is original outside of talking about plus size women?
Well, what we've seen in the past when it comes to all large comedians is we've seen a lot of slops. We've seen a lot of sloppiness. People getting up there with sweatpants, talking about spending all their time at all-you-can-eat buffets. We've seen that kind of self-deprecating material and look going up on stage or on TV. I'm coming at it from the other angle, which is the beautiful side, the positive side, the empowering side. Not making fun of it, just having fun. Okay, right, my two best friends, Russell Stover and Russell Crowe. Have fun with it, have the laugh, but let's not obsess about that. And that's what makes me an original, is bringing those worlds together in ways that haven't been done.
So you're saying that your plus size comedy is not a negative plus size where you're making fun of plus size women. You're using the plus sizes as part of your routine that uplifts women who are plus sizes. Exactly,
exactly. I mean, the plus size slob has been done and overdone again and again, and it's just continuing to perpetuate that wrong image that we're not worth anything better than that, that's as good as it gets for us, that this is all there is, this is as far as we can go. And my attitude is that is absolutely 100% false, and I use my comedy to bring that point home and to let people just relax about it instead of feeling like, oh no, she's pointing out the fact that I have domino on speed dial, I don't really make fun of that. It's like it's part of you, but it's not all of you. It's all about who you are inside and letting that empowerment come out.
Now,